Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, I want to tell you a story. Not a fairy tale, but a real story, about a person who taught me something truly powerful. Something about how the threads of our lives, even when tangled, can weave something beautiful. Let's dive in. In a small village by the river, a young man named Cavi lived with his family. They were weavers, but poverty shadowed their lives. Their loom was old, the thread coarse, and their designs plain. Yet, Cavi held on to a dream, to create vibrant, beautiful fabrics that would bring color to the world. But every time he tried to make something different, his father would say, "Cavi, just make the simple cloth. That's what we do." The whole village thought the same way. "Cavi, you're dreaming too big. We're poor. This is our life." One day, a big storm hit the village. The river flooded everything, and Cavi's family lost their machine. They had nothing left but some old threads and felt very sad. While looking around, he found a piece of wood that had been smoothed by the river. He got an idea. He took the old threads and used the piece of wood as a frame. Then, he started to make cloth with his hands. But he didn't make simple cloth. He made something new, something that showed the storm, the river, and the strength of his village. He used dark blue for the flood, silver for the rain, and brown for the riverbank. He used knots and twists to make it look special. He worked day and night, even though his hands hurt. When he finished, he took his cloth to the market. People were amazed. They had never seen anything like it. It wasn't just cloth, it was art. It told a story. The people who sold cloth in the city, who had always ignored his family, loved it. Cavi's cloth sold for a lot of money. With the money, they bought a new machine, better thread, and started a school to teach others how to tell stories with cloth. Cavi became famous, not just as a cloth maker, but as an artist and a symbol of hope. As time passed, Cavi's fame grew. After the devastating flood, he had woven something extraordinary, turning rough threads into art and proving that circumstances do not define a person. His workshop flourished, and people from nearby villages came to learn from him. But life was never meant to be a smooth path. Seasons changed, and a severe drought gripped the land. The river that once sustained them shrank to a trickle. Crops withered, and hunger spread through the village. Suddenly, no one needed beautiful fabrics. They needed food, not art. Cavi saw the desperation in his people's eyes. He couldn't just continue weaving patterns while his village suffered. He had to adapt. He recalled the wisdom of his ancestors, their knowledge of natural dyes hidden in the plants around them. Determined, he set out into the parched fields, searching for anything that could still hold color. Amid the dry land, he found a few hardy bushes, their leaves tough, their berries small yet resilient, just like his village. He experimented with these plants, extracting dyes that were muted, earthy tones, grays, browns, and faded greens. He used these colors to weave simple, durable cloth. It wasn't the vibrant art people expected, but it was strong, practical, and affordable. He traded this cloth for food from other villages, ensuring his community survived the drought. Just as the village began to recover, a group of traveling merchants arrived, bringing new, mass-produced fabrics from the city. These fabrics were cheap and colorful. People were drawn to them, forgetting the value of Cavi's handmade cloth. Suddenly, his workshop was empty. It felt like all his efforts, all his innovation, were for nothing. But Cavi didn't give up. He knew that true art wasn't about chasing trends. He went back to his loom, but this time, he incorporated the stories of the drought, the resilience of the plants, and the fleeting nature of trends into his designs. He wove stories of the village's struggles and triumphs, reminding people of their strength. He also started teaching the younger generation not just how to weave, but how to understand the materials, how to adapt, and how to create meaning. He taught them that challenges would come, but they could always find new ways to weave their stories. Cavi understood that life wasn't about one big win, but about constantly adapting, learning, and finding new ways to create, even when things got tough. He showed that you don't just overcome one tough situation, you learn to overcome them all. And that's the real message, isn't it? Life will throw curveballs. You might think you've overcome one challenge, and then another one pops up. But like Cavi, you can learn to adapt. You can use those challenges to make you stronger, to make your story richer. It's not about avoiding the tough times. It's about learning to weave them into your life's tapestry. So, when the next challenge comes your way, remember Cavi. Remember that you have the strength to adapt, to innovate, and to keep weaving your story. What's your next chapter going to look like? Share it in the comments. And if you enjoyed this real story, please like and subscribe for more inspiration. Until next time, keep weaving your dreams, no matter what.